Good afternoon. You're on to NTA Nationwide, and my name is Femi Johnson. Thanks for joining us. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Aduke, has advocated the setting up of special courts to entertain petitions against violators of environmental laws in Nigeria. This was during a two-day sensitization workshop for judges and other law officers on environmental matters, organized by the National Environmental Standards and Regulatory Agency, NESRIA. Miogidi reports.
Consequent upon climate change and health hazards, it is time to do away with lip service in protecting the environment, but a moment for collective action where the rule of law comes to take its full course for offenders. This gathering of judges at the Federal High Court of Nigeria, security agencies and officials of NESRA is therefore aimed at exploring best options for effective enforcement of regulations, standards, and the speedy dispensation of environmental justice.
Saying there should be an environment court, just like we have specialized courts for labor and labor-related matters, which the National Industrial Court is adjudicating upon.
Though setting up of special environmental courts is a one step forward, the needed manpower to take charge of these courts was, however, questioned.
Well, can we fund it? And you are talking about the whole population of judges in Nigeria. There are only 1,008. Is that good enough?
In our own law, the court of jurisdiction is the Federal High Court. So let us take on those who are supposed to attend to our cases. After we have taken them on board, they now understand. Then we now go on to maybe state high courts, then the magistrate courts, and all those other ones.
Participants were drawn from federal high courts across the nation, as well as security agencies who are expected to enforce the environmental laws in their areas of jurisdiction. In Abuja, Mayor Ogidi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, in a move to promote integrity and transparency within the judiciary, to be truly the last hope for the common man, staff of the judiciary across the country have converged on Abuja for a 5-day seminar organized by the National Judicial Institute. Correspondent Ali Utuku reports.
The seminar, which is for Chief Registrars, Secretaries of Judicial Service Commission, Directors Sharia Court, Area Court, and Customary Court Inspectors, is focusing on information and communication technology. Chief Justice of Nigeria, represented by Justice Mukhtar Komasi of the Supreme Court, has changed the way information is provided, processed and exchanged in the court. The staff must enhance their productivity and administrative duties.
You must, in your own interest, shun corruption in all its ramifications.
Administrator of the Institute said the workshop will not only assist staff on improving their skills, but also adjust to changes in societal expectations of a responsive judiciary.
It needs to be transparent and objective.
The workshop will also discuss the implications of the Freedom of Information Act 2011 in an effort to engender transparency in the judiciary. Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
You are still watching NTA Nationwide, and time now to join Abdullahi in our Lagos Network Center for their contribution. Hello, Abdullahi.
Thanks for joining us in Lagos, Femi. The Lagos State Police Command has reiterated its commitment to combat crime and rid the state of criminals. Commissioner of Police Cornelius Aderonti made this known while parading some suspects in Lagos. Olajide Bello reports.
Following a reported case of a car theft by one Albert Omisore Mill at Elet-Wogabi area, Victoria Island, and referred from Bar Beach Police Station to the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Lagos State Police Command, Commissioner of Police Cornelius Aderonti said his command swung into action and investigations which later led to the apprehension of the first alleged suspect, Obinna Enyima. Cornelius Aderonti added that after thorough interrogations, the suspect led SARS Ikeja operatives to their criminal hideout at Obalende and Kuramo Beach, where the 2nd to 8th suspects were arrested. According to him, the suspect confessed to a series of armed robbery and car snatching operations at Aja, Lekki and Victoria Island. Aderonti said with the command's unrelenting efforts, vigilant operatives of SARS tracked and arrested the 9th member of the gang, one Moses Ogbu, at Ishashi area of Lagos State on 12th of October 2014 and recovered a black Toyota Prado Jeep belonging to Mr. Albert Omisori.
Through diligence and work by our operative, SARS operative, were able to round up all the suspects involved in this act, 8 of them, and the 9th one is the receiver of the items.
He called for the continued support of the general public to always give the command tip-offs as regard any suspicious movement noticed in their environment. In Lagos, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Away from fight against crimes now. If Nigeria is to surmount its present economic and security challenges, leaders in position of authority must imbibe the culture of selfless service to the nation. This was the view of clerics at the Thanksgiving service of Dr. Emoche Onoja, who retired as the Bishop of Nigerian Air Force Protestant Church, Victoria Island, Lagos. He served for 35 years. Ken Egbelugwe has details.
It was a convocation of clerics, military personnel, both retired and serving, family members and friends who came to celebrate with one of their own who is bowing out of service after 35 years as a bishop. Bishop Peter Onoja was a pioneer chaplain of the Nigerian Air Force Protestant Church in Victoria Island, Lagos.
He's our role model. He's a man who believes that in everybody there's something great inside of you.
This is a pastor, a servant of God. Yes is yes. Red cannot be yellow.
In his sermon, the guest preacher told the congregation that it is crucial for anyone, especially those in position of authority, to live a selfless life as exemplified by Christ. He added that the time has come for Nigerians to put aside all forms of nepotism, tribalism, and think more what they can contribute to the overall development of the nation. Apart from winning souls for Christ, Bishop Onoja said chaplains should also consider the spiritual and physical needs of their members.
The characteristics of Jesus Christ has to be fully manifested in your life. You have to really adhere to the principles of the Bible and also of Jesus.
Born in 1954 in Benue State, Bishop Peter Onoja was the first Pentecostal preacher in full-time employment of the military institution in the country. In Lagos, Ken Egbelugwe, NTA News.
Broadcast studio equipment worth millions of naira have been donated to the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Shaki, Oyo State. Olumide Oguntola reports that the donation was made by a senator representing Oyo North Senatorial District, Senator Hosea Agboala in Oyo State.
While commissioning the station's refurbished transmitter, uninterrupted power supply, enhanced studio equipment, and other sundry items, Senator Hosea Agboala said his support for the station predates his ascension to the Senate, as he had in his days as commissioner in Oyo State facilitated release of 10 million naira to the station and promised further assistance.
There is need for you, for this station to be heard in all the governments of the area. So whatever the need be, let me know.
I promise that everything Igbo people will be doing in Shaki and the Oyo State will be on air, except when Igbos are going to toilet.
Officer in charge of the station, Fatai Adiyeloja, said the station has never had it so good and made a passionate appeal for a dedicated transformer, patronage, and running costs.
Our best bet is to get back on the national grid to be able to meet up with 10-hour transmission commanded by the NTA headquarters.
NTA Shaki now transmits daily, as against twice a week it used to be noted for. Boasts of core 1.7 editing seats, 4 DV cameras, among others. In Ibadan, Olumide Oguntola, NTA News.
And Olumide's report from Shaki concludes our contribution from Lagos. He's back to Femi for the continuation of the news in Abuja. Femi, over to you.
Thank you. And Nigerians have been urged to adopt the same spirit of unity exhibited in fighting Ebola to insecurity challenges in order to enable government deliver more dividends of democracy to citizens. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Youth and Students Matters, Jude Magui, made the appeal while addressing Arewa youths in Kaduna. Correspondent Aliu Teko reports.
That the insecurity has done enough damage, especially to youth, for their involvement in the insurgency, the senior special assistant said it is time to join forces with government, especially security agencies, to end insurgency by providing relevant information and desisting from being used by extremists. Comrade Imagwe, who also held a meeting with the Kaduna Central Market youth and women groups, urged them to take advantage of the various youth empowerment and skills acquisition programs provided by government in an effort to reduce youth restiveness to the barest minimum.
Believing in the foundation Mr. President is laying and his desire to see that young people are engaged through shopping, through UWIN, through youth in agriculture and several intervention programs. I have come to identify is that we equally need to work closely with the people that need this thing. Yes.
The government of the day is our government, and there's peace in the country. We want to support this government so that this peace will be sustained.
The visit to Kaduna is also aimed at fostering peace and unity among various youth groups. Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
In another development, Nigeria has put in place contingency plan to absorb any shock that may arise from the dwindling oil prices. The coordinating minister of the Nigerian economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, made this known at a joint media briefing with the central bank governor on the gains of the IMF World Bank Group meeting in Washington, D.C. Correspondent Bosede Adebayo has details.
Nigeria's outing at the International Monetary Fund World Bank Group annual meetings was impressive, given her success story in containing Ebola, which was widely talked about at the various sessions where the challenge of Ebola in the West African sub-region was mentioned. And talking about other measures to sustain the current economic growth, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, at a news briefing, said the right mix of policies remains the strategy.
We are not planning to go to the IMF for anybody to get resources at this moment. That is the pride we've had. Ever since we've been managing this economy, we've not had to do that. There are no plans. Now, if you don't want to do that, what else would you have to do? You have to look at your revenue and expenditure side to see how you prepare. At least we'll be able to increase our revenues, but actually it's helped us because during the time when quantities were a little lower, because we ramped up on non-oil revenue collection.
The central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, said Nigeria will strengthen the regulatory environment to put in check some of the identified risks.
But there are certain risks that have been identified. Risks that are particularly in the financial system. Risks that means that we need to do a lot more, particularly in ensuring that we continue to sustain the financial system stability that we have worked very hard to achieve.
And talking globally, the world is in a very uncertain mood, but the prospect for the low-income countries looks bright. In Washington, D.C., the United States of America, Bosede Adebayo.
Our Nigerian Navy determined to tackle the issues of insecurity in the country. Marianne in our Makurdi Network Center is giving us details of these and other stories from that zone. Hello, Marianne, it's good to see you.
Hello, Femi. It's good to see you too. Welcome to Makurdi. The Benue State Command of the Nigeria Immigration Service has arrested 2 immigrants with fake foreign currency. Controller of the command, Thomas Bagoberi, while parading the suspects, said they were arrested at the border patrol post in Kwande local government area of the state for illegal money-changing activity. Correspondent Godwin Inaligo completes the report.
The state command of the service intensified patrol at the only border control post in Jatoaka, Kwande local government area, which led to the arrest of the 2 Cameroonians. They were alleged to be dealing in fake foreign currency exchange. The state controller of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mr. Thomas Bagobiri, said the suspects, after interrogation, will be handed over to the headquarters of the service in Abuja for further investigation.
They arrested some Cameroonians who came in illegally, despite the fact that the border on their own side is closed.
He appealed to the government and people of the state to support the service to serve them better. One of the suspects, Peter Chi, admitted that he was carrying fake currency.
When we got to where we were supposed to change the money, they said there is no naira for the moment, that we should wait. That we should just sleep because we got there at night. So that we should sleep in the morning, they are going to change the money. Okay. So while waiting the next morning, the Nigerian immigration came back and said we should give them the money that they saw. So I took the money, they left and came back and told us that the money was fake.
3,010,000 francs, equivalent of 600,000 naira, according to the suspects, were recovered from them. In Makurdi, Godwin Inalebu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Navy has reiterated its commitment to combat the security challenges facing the country. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Usman Jibrin, stated this at the opening of the 2014 Nigerian Navy Small Arms Firing Competition at Ikpayongo, Gwe local government area of Benue State. Grace Ichekpa has details.
The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Usman Jibrin, said the aim of the small arms firing competition is to stimulate the interest and desire for self-improvement in handling weapons and enhancing proficiency within the service by refining precision marksmanship skills. He added that the Nigerian Navy is ready to join forces with other security agencies to curb insurgency in the country.
The competition is designed to support a productive marksmanship training program and success in operations.
The Benue State Governor, represented by his deputy, Chief Stephen Lawani, described the Nigerian Navy as custodians of the security of Nigeria's maritime environment. He noted that the Nigerian Navy is a major contributor to the economic mainstay of the country as they provide security for the vast oil and gas industries.
However, in recent times, the rising insurgency in the northern region of Nigeria have demanded joint action from the armed forces, and the Navy has continued to see itself on deployment additional to and away from its traditional operational environment.
The Chief of Naval Staff led other dignitaries to declare the firing competition open. Earlier, Vice Admiral Usman Jibrin paid a visit on Governor Gabriel Suswam at Government House, Makurdi. In Makurdi, Grace Ichekpa, NTA News.
Youth Corps members serving in Taraba State have again been assured of their security and hospitality of the people of the state. The acting governor of the state, Alhaji Garuba Umar, gave the assurance while donating an 18-seater bus to the Taraba State Secretariat of the National Youth Service Corps in Jalingo. Correspondent Suleiman Ibrahim Ahmed has details.
Presenting the key of the 18-seater bus to the state coordinator of the National Youth Service Corps, the acting governor of Taraba State, Alhaji Garuba Umar, said as Nigerians, all youth corps members posted to the state are at home. The acting governor assured them that the state government will do everything possible to guarantee their security to enable them contribute to the growth of the communities they serve.
And I hope you will use this judiciously. We don't want a situation where this bus will be found in the motor park.
Taraba State Director of National Youth Service Corps, Mr. Freeman Tumba Kwaya, commended the acting governor for the gesture, which he said has been a continuous one. He pledged to make good use of the bus as one of the many assistants by the acting governor to the National Youth Service Corps in the state.
Sir, it is on record that you have put smile on the faces of all serving board members in Taraba State when you include their allowances from 2,000 to 10,000 naira.
The acting governor, Alhaji Garuba Umar, also donated 10 bags of rice, 10 jerrycans of palm oil, 10 cartons of pig milk, among others, to the inmates of the Jalingo remand home. In Jalingo, Suleiman Ibrahim Ahmed, NTA News.
That's nationwide from Makurdi is back to Femi in Abuja. We thank you for watching.
Thank you, Marianne, and time now to pause for some messages. Nationwide continues shortly. Do stay with us.
Make we support.
It will be big, extraordinary, and unequaled in the history of Nigeria. The TAN Mega Rally, the grand finale, the rally of all rallies. Yes, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria presents the final demand and yearning for President Goodluck Jonathan to declare and run for the 2015 presidential elections. So let us all come out en masse to attend this grand finale rally on Saturday, the 18th of October 2014 at Eagle Square, FCT, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. For all who love the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan, it is a must attend. Don't miss out.
Me, I will support. Follow me, support. Everybody else support.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Change is never easy. It was not easy for Dr. Martin Luther King when Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore from third world to first world. It was not easy. They stoned him. It was not easy for Nelson Mandela.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
It was not easy for Barack Obama. Nothing worthwhile ever is. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew did it. Nelson Mandela did it. Barack Obama did it. Goodluck Jonathan is doing it. He is transforming Nigeria. Mr. President, keep doing it. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
The Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program invites the general public to a Shopee Stakeholders Conference, date 20th to 23rd October 2014. Venue, Idrinana Hotel, Lokoja. Special guest of honor, Architect Mohammed Namadi Sambo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host, Captain Idris Wada, Kogi State Governor. Guest of honor, Chairman, Senate Committee on Shopee, Honorable Minister of Information, Honorable Minister of Labor and Productivity, Honorable Minister of Works, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Minister of the FCT, Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, and Honorable Minister of Transport. Key speakers, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Minister of Finance, Desiane Alison Madueke, Minister of Petroleum Resources, Professor Taufik Ladan, Dr. Kabir Mato, Dr. Charles Nwekako, Dr. Abubakar Suleiman, Minister of National Planning, Dr. Bright Okogu, Director General, Budget Office of the Federation. All state coordinators of Shopee, NGOs, civil society organizations, the media, and Shopee beneficiaries are expected to attend. General Martin Luther Agwai, Chairman, Shopee, announcer.
As a civil servant, he served Kano State government for 17 years. As a politician, his entry point was Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, later a member of the Constitutional Conference. As a leader of the masses, he started as a governor of the most populous state. As a trusted Nigerian, custodian and defender of Nigeria's unity and sovereignty, he served as defense minister for about 4 years, presidential advisor on Darfur and Somali. As a politician with true sense of justice and nationalism, he served on the board of NDDC. As a delegate fighter, politician of all seasons, he was re-elected as governor after 8 years of first term. As a crusader for justice and fairness in politics, he led fellow governors to join a robust opposition party. As a detribalized Nigerian, he knows all the nooks and crannies of this country. As a global bridge builder, he has traversed all the continent of the world and interacted with political and military leaders in more than 50 countries. Indeed, Kwankwaso can be trusted to do more for Nigeria.
The planning committee of the book launch and birthday celebration of Bolaji Akpan Anani, National Financial Secretary PDP, invites the general public to the event, which will hold on Thursday, 16th October 2014 by 6 p.m. Venue, Conference Hall, Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Chief Guest of Honor, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Ahmadu Adamu Muazu, CON, National Chairman, PDP. Chief Host, His Excellency Senator Liel Imoke, CON, Executive Governor, Cross River State. Father of the Day, Chief Tony Aneni, CFR, Chairman, Board of Trustees, PDP. Book Presenter, His Excellency Barrister Godswill Akpabio, CON, Executive Governor, Akwa Ibom State, and Chairman, PDP Governors Forum. Announcer, Planning Committee.
Make we support.
It will be big, extraordinary, and unequaled in the history of Nigeria. The TAN Mega Rally, the grand finale, the rally of all rallies. Yes, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria presents the final demand and yearning for President Goodluck Jonathan to declare and run for the 2015 presidential elections. So let us all come out en masse to attend this grand finale rally on Saturday, the 18th of October 2014 at Eagle Square, FCT, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. For all who love the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan, it is a must attend. Don't miss out.
Me, I go support. Follow me, support. Everybody else support.
You are still on to NTA Nationwide, and the Nigerian health sector has recorded another milestone as the World Health Organization, WHO, Good Manufacturing Practice, GMP, has certified 3 additional Nigerian local drug manufacturing companies. Uche Nwezo reports that this development, which has opened a new economic vista for Nigeria, was announced at the ministry's briefing in Abuja. Over to Uche.
The organization pre-qualification has been a challenge to the Nigerian local drug manufacturing industries over the years. With the pre-qualification of the 3 companies, in addition to the one earlier certified, it is expected that international procurers of essential medicines will improve the patronage of Nigerian African-based pharmaceutical manufacturers.
I'm made to understand that collectively these Nigerian companies spent about $600 million to be able to attain the standards that were prescribed by the World Health Organization when WHO first made the assessment visit. It is in this regard that government will seriously consider certain incentives in order to enable the local drug industry to be able to pay back these loans and to be able to continue their development.
In a similar development, the ministry and its partners planned the Nigeria Hospital Exhibition and Fair 2014 to showcase the locations of Nigerian-based hospital facilities, services and professional expertise to the public, with the aim of stemming the tide of medical tourism.
And to promote Nigeria as a preferred destination for patients and to serve as a hub for regional medical tourism seeking high quality and cost-effective procedures and treatments.
The event will commence next week in Abuja. Uche Nwezo, NTA News.
In another development, collection of accurate data is key in reducing national debts in Nigeria, and that was the views of resource persons at the 2014 Nigeria Verbal and Social Autopsy Survey, as they equip participants with the prerequisite knowledge that will guide them in carrying out such assignments. Mujanat Adam Sahid reports that the National Population Commission, in collaboration with other development partners, sponsored the training with participants drawn from the 36 states of the Federation and also the Federal Capital Territory.
Has experienced worsening situation on child mortality and neonatal deaths. Most neonatal and young child deaths occurred in developing countries in Africa and Asia. However, few data are available on the biological causes or behavioral and social determinants of these deaths. Experts globally are of the view that the common causes of neonatal death include diarrhea, malaria, meningitis, septicemia, pneumonia, preterm and other severe infection in children below age 5.
If children of that tender age, first 29 days, if they die, this is a very serious country. We ought to find out why does that happen. So this study addresses that problem. Why does it happen? What's the cause of all this?
It is against this background that these stakeholders from within and outside the country are brainstorming on how best to reduce the death of children in Nigeria.
We want to try as much as possible to get the correct data in the feed so that this data will be of a good one and it will help the policy maker to plan for our mothers and our children, because we don't want our children and mothers to be dying.
Despite the fact that the government is trying, we cannot say anything because our women, children are dying every day.
As I go out to the field, I think what I need to do is to get quality data, not to falsify the data.
We must know the actual respondent, the best respondent to interview. That is the household we are to go.
The Verbal and Social Autopsy Survey, VASA, is the first of its kind in Nigeria. Murjana 2, Adam Said, NTA News.
Meanwhile, issues of shelter and human habitat served as discourse as Nigeria joins the international community to commemorate this year's World Habitat Day. Correspondent Mohammed Hamza Sheikh reports that stakeholders are hammering on collective zeal towards saving the slums. Over to Hamza.
Resolution 4020A of the United Nations General Assembly, which was adopted on the 17th of December 1985, sets aside the first Monday of October every year for a reflection on the state of cities and towns around the world. With the theme, Voices from Slums, this year's celebration is intended to give voice to slum dwellers as well as articulate strategies on the improvement of their living conditions. And true to the theme, voices from the slums are being heard.
It is not a laughing matter if you have dwelled in the slum before, but this is a great hope for Nigeria.
Organizers hope that collectively a vibrant platform will be established to give slum dwellers a voice, which will also help decision makers to come up with better policy interventions.
The task of managing human settlement is no doubt huge, but despite some gloomy vistas across this landscape, it is heartwarming that global development partners are not relenting.
We are, therefore, expected to raise our consciousness on the necessity to keep the urban planning processes.
We in the National Assembly are ready to cooperate with the Ministry in addressing these challenges of legislation.
Participatory governance is the name of the game of mobilizing such energy through giving voice to the voiceless.
Representatives of the United Nations and other international organizations believe that cities and towns can only survive if slums are being properly catered for.
We must begin to think of the social transformation strategies, because everything we do is for the human beings.
Great efforts are being made to improve many slums around the world and better the lives of those that live there.
Rapid urbanization, which is mainly responsible for the springing up of slums, is today threatening both political stability and social cohesion in many developing countries. In Abuja, Muhammad Hamza Sheikh, NTA News.
Drums rolled out at the power plant groundbreaking ceremony by President Goodluck Jonathan. For details of these and more, let's join Benedicta in our Benin Network Center for details. Over to you, Benedicta.
Thank you, Femi. Good afternoon from Benin. The people of Ihoro in Edo State are still celebrating the groundbreaking ceremony of a power plant in the locality by President Goodluck Jonathan. They say the project will be a source of immediate employment for them. Beauty Agobami reports.
Electricity has remained a challenge to Nigerians, but President Jonathan's reform in the power sector, which include privatization, would appear to be yielding the desired results, especially with the groundbreaking of a power plant at the Ihovo community. Residents of the community says the power station will bring the community into limelight.
Youths will be, opportune, to be engaged in one job or the other.
Both the employment-wise, electricity. When electricity comes, darkness goes.
There shall be employment, and light becomes steady, because light is what even make anywhere to be called a city. Because when there is light, you see that things will work better.
We're going to bring more development to the community, benefit from it.
The Ihovo community is also host to the federal government's 508 megawatt NIPP power plant supply to the national grid since last year. In Benin, Beauty Agobami, NTA News.
An Indian hemp farm worth billions of US dollars has been uncovered by the Nigeria Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in Ondo State. Olubumi Oke reports that the farm is the equivalent of 2,160 tons of processed cannabis.
The Indian hemp farm at Ikpogun Government Forest Reserve, which is over 1,000 hectares according to officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and their global counterpart, is the largest in the world. Representative of the agency's chairman and the leader of the Operation Weed Eaters team, Mr. Sunday Sirange, said the plantation was discovered through the joint efforts of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes and United Kingdom National Crime Agency.
It's unfortunate that in a forest reserve like this, the government has reserved to preserve the timber and the other natural resources, these criminals have found their way into this forest. So we are out here for this assignment. We'll be here for 1 complete week to destroy these farms and to discover more. And also we are also after the cultivators.
The special squad team involved 50 operatives from 15 commands across the country. Olubumi Oke, NTA News.
To reduce carnage and casualties during the ember months, stakeholders are advocating improved sensitization and the introduction of mechanism to check vehicle speed limit. They argue that anxiety resulting from the perceived notion that ember months are synonymous with negative tendencies is a major factor. Michael Olaleye has details.
In spite of the numerous sensitization and campaigns, statistics and precedent indicate that the rate of road traffic crash during the ember months continue to take geometric dimension as compared to other months.
The wrong perception that even the evil people who want to drink more blood is there. And so anything that
Others speak on the factors responsible for the growing figure of road casualties.
There's what we call lack of concentration. I will be thinking, how do I make money? You will not concentrate on the study.
What are the way forward?
We've warned them not to use worn-out tires. We've warned them about broken windscreen, and they should not drink whenever they want to drive.
Effective next year, we'll start implementing the speed limit devices so that we reduce this sense.
It was the consensus of stakeholders that safety on road is unsacrificial, hence collective efforts are required to help save more lives in Ado-Ekiti. Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
A road walk has held in Benin City to draw attention to the plight of the girl child and the need for deliberate government policy to ensure all-round education and security of children. Oluchi Kalu reports.
The work was to advance rights and opportunity for girls everywhere.
I believe that every girl should have an opportunity in life. Every girl should have an opportunity at an education, an opportunity at being who God created her to be.
We'll try to use as much medium as we can use to raise a lot of awareness for this purpose, to stop violence and then to get the girl child education on top gear. trying to bring the awareness so people can know that, yes, we have to be able to empower the girl child. We should be able to send them to school because education, they say, is key.
The work is part of the activities to draw attention to issues affecting the girl child, such as rape, child marriage, child prostitution, discrimination, and other forms of violence against the girl child. In Benin, Oluchikalo, NTA News.
That's our package from Benin. We'll return to Femi in Abuja. Good afternoon.
And you are still watching NTA Nationwide. Time now to pause for some messages again. And stay tuned.
It will be big, extraordinary, and unequaled in the history of Nigeria. The TAN Mega Rally, the grand finale, the rally of all rallies. Yes, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria presents the final demand and yearning for President Goodluck Jonathan to declare and run for the 2015 presidential elections. So let us all come out en masse to attend this grand finale rally on Saturday, the 18th of October 2014 at Eagle Square, FCT, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. For all who love the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan, it is a must attend. Don't miss out.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Change is never easy. It was not easy for Dr. Martin Luther King when Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore from third world to first world. It was not easy. They stoned him. It was not easy for Nelson Mandela. Barack Hussein Obama. It was not easy for Barack Obama. Nothing worthwhile ever is. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew did it. Nelson Mandela did it. Barack Obama did it. Goodluck Jonathan is doing it. He is transforming Nigeria. Mr. President, keep doing it. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
The Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program invites the general public to a Shopee Stakeholders Conference, date 20th to 23rd October 2014. Venue, Idrinana Hotel, Lokoja. Special guest of honor, Architect Muhammad Namadi Sambo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host, Captain Idris Wada, Kogi State Governor. Guests of honor, Chairman, Senate Committee on Shopee, Honorable Minister of Information, Honorable Minister of Labor and Productivity, Honorable Minister of Works, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Minister of the FCT, Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, and Honorable Minister of Transport. Key speakers, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Minister of Finance, Geziani Alison Madweke, Minister of Petroleum Resources, Professor Taufik Ladan, Dr. Kabiru Mato, Dr. Charles Nwekako, Dr. Abubakar Suleiman, Minister of National Planning, Dr. Bright Okogu, Director General, Budget Office of the Federation. All state coordinators of Shopee, NGOs, civil society organizations, the media, and Shopee beneficiaries are expected to attend. General Martin Luther Agwai, Chairman, Shopee, announcer.
As a civil servant, he served countless of government for 17 years. As a politician, his entry point was Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, later a member of the Constitutional Conference. As a leader of the masses, he started as a governor of the most populous state. As a trusted Nigerian, custodian and defender of Nigeria's unity and sovereignty, he served as defense minister for about 4 years, presidential advisor under Ruwan Somali. As a politician with true sense of justice and nationalism, he served on the board of NDDC. As a decade fighter, politician of all seasons, he was re-elected as governor at after 8 years of first term. As a crusader for justice and fairness in politics, he led federal government to join a robust opposition party. As a detribalized Nigerian, he knows all the nooks and crannies of this country. As a global bridge builder, he has traversed all the continent of the world and interacted with political and military leaders in more than 50 countries. Indeed, Kwankwaso can be trusted to do more for Nigeria.
The Planning Committee of the Book Launch and Birthday Celebration of Bolaji Akpan Anani, National Financial Secretary PDP, invites the general public to the event, which will hold on Thursday, 16th October 2014 by 6 p.m. Venue, Conference Hall, Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Chief Guest of Honor, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Ahmadu Adamu Muazu, CON, National Chairman, PDP. Chief Host, His Excellency Senator Liel Imoke, CON, Executive Governor, Cross River State. Father of the Day, Chief Tony Aneni, CFR, Chairman, Board of Trustees, PDP. Book Presenter, His Excellency Barrister Godswill Akpabio, CON, Executive Governor, Akwa Ibom State, and Chairman, PDP Governors Forum. Announcer, Planning Committee.
It will be big, extraordinary, and unequaled in the history of Nigeria. The TAN Mega Rally, the grand finale, the rally of all rallies. Yes, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria presents the final demand and yearning for President Goodluck Jonathan to declare and run for the 2015 presidential elections. So let us all come out en masse to attend this grand finale rally on Saturday, the 18th of October 2014 at Eagle Square, FCT, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. For all who love the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan, it is a must attend. Don't miss out.
France MIPCOM 2014 opens as TV industry players at the 2014 TV and Entertainment Content Market Festival in France for 4 days. The event provides a platform for media personnel to discover and also learn future trends, as well as network for entertainment. Elizabeth Bano reports that this is NTA's first appearance at the event, which has always been on since 1984. Over to Elizabeth.
This is MIPCOM 2014. It is the nerve center for TV and entertainment content market. This is where exhibitors get the kind of visibility they need to get noticed, get talking to prospective investors, and make the kind of sale they expect. The 4-day event, which attracted more than 13,500 participants from across the world, is one of the most renowned TV and entertainment fairs in France. It provides a forum where media practitioners share ideas, discover future trends, and trade content rights on a global level. At a press briefing to introduce MIPCOM 2014, Lauren Gerard, Director of Television Division Rhythmidem, urged participants to take advantage of the festival and sharpen their industry knowledge. NTA's Director General, Shola Omoli, is one of the resource persons at the film festival. This is the first time NTA is taking part in this festival, or what are your expectations?
Well, this is a very important global film and television festival. It's an opportunity for us to meet content providers, to see what they have to offer. It's also an opportunity for us as Nigerian Television Authority to show the world what we have to offer in terms of content. So it's an opportunity to develop relationships, intellectual relationships, content relationships, marketing opportunities, so that we can receive from the world and the world can also receive from us. It's an opportunity to extend Nigeria to the rest of the world via television. It's the first time, as you said, that we're coming here, but we ought to try to make it a little bigger as we go forward.
MIPCOM has provided 30 years of the world's entertainment content market. From Cannes in France, I'm Elizabeth Banu, NTA News.
Also, the World Health Organization in Geneva on new Ebola emergency response, and Cote d'Ivoire strategizes to become rice bowl of West Africa. These are among global tidbits with correspondent Ronke Kolawole.
The World Health Organization held a briefing in Geneva on fresh plans of the United Nations mission for Ebola emergency response. The focus is to reverse the upward trend of Ebola cases in West Africa. In Ivory Coast, the country known as the world's biggest cocoa producer is investing about $4 billion as part of programs geared towards diversifying agricultural sector and create jobs. Report says out of the amount, $455 million will be invested on production and processing of rice with the hope of beginning exports in 2018. Second day of sentencing hearing of a Paralympian Oscar Pistorius at Pretoria High Court. A probation officer said the track star could be placed in danger if sent to prison due to his physical disability and his emotional, psychological and psychiatric state, asking the court to consider a suspended term of imprisonment and fine compensation in addition to correctional supervision. In Catalonia, plans have been dropped to hold a referendum on independence from Spain next month, but opted for what it called consultation of citizens, which Catalans described as a betrayal. For Global Tidbits, Ronke Kolawole, NTA News.
And to sports now. In a sports package, NFF president promises better Super Eagles. Fans also urge Super Eagles to devour Falcons of Sudan in Abuja. Plus, critically injured Formula One driver Banchi backed by father to recover fully. Let's join Fisayo Ogunfoyi as he's standing by now to give us this and more on Sports Update.
NFF President Amaju Pinnick says his board is working assiduously to reverse the fortunes of the nation's senior men's football team, the Super Eagles, ahead of the crucial AFCON qualifier against Sudan. Pinnick said although it looks hard, but the AFCON defending champions will make it to Morocco come January.
We want to look and make sure that every issue that needs to be sorted out is sorted out. Because if you look at it, it's a team, they are all doing very well in their various clubs. So why are they not impacting? Why are they not bringing that to bear for Nigeria?
Meanwhile, Nigerians have urged the Super Eagles to go all out against the Falcons of Jadian of Sudan. The sports fans say only total victory will reduce the ire of the Nigerian supporters over the team's display in the first 3 AFCON qualifiers.
At least to prove the people wrong, you do your best, call the best that you have, put them in field, let them pray and give you the good results.
They have to play for the country, not for the money. Because it's obvious that we keep playing for the money. When there's no money, they don't train.
Critically injured Formula One driver Jules Bianchi would not give up his fight for life despite the desperate situation of his condition. Speaking to newsmen in Yokkaichi, Japan, where the Mauritius driver is in intensive care, his father Felipe Bianchi said he is still hopeful that he would be able to take his son home one day. With Sports News Update, Fisayo Ogunfoyi, NTA News.
And time for a quick check on weather prospects across the country. And coming up next, immediately after NTA Nationwide, is a package program of a workshop on sustainable job creation through the technologies of the Federal Institute of Industrial Research in Oshodi, Lagos. It was held today at the FIRO premises in Oshodi, where President Goodluck Jonathan was the special guest. He was represented by the Vice President, Architect Mohamed Namadi Sambu. All NTA stations have been advised to hook up to the program immediately after NTA Nationwide. And let's also note that it is your right to challenge anybody suspected to be involved in unwholesome activities around you. Be security conscious. This message is from the Directorate of State Security. And as NTA Nationwide, we thank you for joining us. My name is Femi Johnson, but don't forget to join us for the special package that will be coming up immediately after the Nationwide. Good afternoon.